Hello and welcome to I Am Geek, and this is episode 133, and we're back here with you. I am Ryan. I'm joined by my brother Chris and our good pal Katrin, and it's just the three of us tonight. The three amigos, the three men, and the... No, we don't have a baby. Yet.
What?
Where are we getting the baby?
We're going to steal one.
Is there something you need to tell us?
We're going to get a baby Yoda, maybe. Yeah.
Wow.
We got to find
Child.
one. The child.
I don't know if I'm ready for this type of commitment.
I have baby Yoda socks. I think I'm going to wear them this weekend. Or the child, whatever you want to call them.
The golden child from Eddie Murphy's movie.
Yeah,
That's right.
I wonder what his name's going to be when they actually reveal his name. Like Fred.
Fred. Steve. Daryl.
This is baby Daryl.
And mother baby Daryl.
Yeah.
I'm Larry. This is my baby Daryl. And mother baby Daryl.
That's so many people will get that reference.
I was going to say, that's a pop reference.
That's a deep cut there. That's
so 2020.
I love that show.
2020 reference.
What if on like each season he just like finds a new baby character?
Well, there's a whole baby Jabba the Hutt now. Baby Hutt.
There was already a baby Jabba.
I know, Stinky.
Yeah, Stinky from Clone Wars, right?
Yeah, this one looks a lot cuter.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna find a baby of every race.
Yeah, and then then he's just gonna have like the Mandalorian daycare, and he's just gonna have all these babies on his ship taking care of him.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You don't even have to watch it now,
Nope.
folks.
All seasons have been plotted out now.
Yep.
They'll even have a baby C-3PO.
Give us a call,
How does that work?
Bob Favreau.
The USB drive? I don't know.
Got the male end and the female end of the cable.
Just
Put those together.
It's just the Rosetta Stone app. That's a baby C-3PO.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Anyways, speaking of trivia, wait, what?
What? That was
that. Segway.
All right. This weekend for us, I don't know when you guys are going to listen to this. January 25th.
There you go.
Of 2020.
Yeah. Of 2020. There's someone
in case you're watching, in case you're listening to this in the future.
In the future.
Yeah, someone is just listening to this in the year 2034.
Someone in
listen to this retro
35 has dug this up. And they're like, oh, what is this? Dang, I missed it.
They dug it up like it was on a cassette or something.
Yeah. I've been putting all this stuff on beta.
Oh.
Nice.
There you go. Anyway, so this Saturday, January 25th, we are doing a live show. Yay!
Yay!
It's sponsored by Cometh, I guess.
It's a Comic Palooza event.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
That we're hosting.
That we're hosting it. Comic Palooza 365 event. If you don't know what Comic Palooza is, it's a big comic pop culture convention that happens in Houston every year that we've been a part of for the last 2 years. But we're going to do a podcast live battle royale with cheese. Now, if you're a lifetime listener of I'm Geek,
as you should be,
you will know that some of our earlier episodes, we had a thing called Battle Royale with Cheese, and it was hilarious.
Epicness. On a grand scale, never seen before.
It had potential.
Yeah, but with this live show, I think we've sort of figured out the formula, hopefully. We'll see after Saturday. And then maybe we can do some of these in the future.
Yeah.
On the show and stuff. Yeah, we can have guests on. Get Ray and Tyler on. They'll be the contestants.
There we go.
Battle it out. Anyways, so this I'm going to get this whole little announcement thing out. Advertisement out. Anyways, podcast live, Battle Royale with Cheese, a pop culture game show with local podcasters. So it won't just be us. It'll be other podcasters in the Houston area.
Plethora.
A plethora. Literally. Flip through it. Saturday, January 25th, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Wow.
I don't even think I stay up that late.
I know.
I don't think I ever do anything that long.
It's at the secret group.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Wow. Anyways, it's at the secret group in Houston. Now you may say, "Where's the secret group?" Well, if I told you, it wouldn't be a secret.
So we're not going to tell.
Yeah.
I don't even think we know where it is.
It is sad.
I don't know where I am right now.
I couldn't tell you why it's called the secret group. I think it's like a club sitting or or stand up comic. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. I've never been there. I drove past there and it looks sort of scary, but hey, that's where we're gonna be. It's at 2101 Polk Street in Houston, Texas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Polk Street.
Yeah. So it's some kind of club type building, I think.
Yeah.
But that's where we're doing a live show. So we're gonna be clubbing it up.
I don't know if I've ever really been to a club.
Yeah.
What?
I've been to
I don't
Pleasure Island, Disney.
Well, Pleasure Island with our parents and you. And
well, I know what we're doing this weekend then.
We're going clubbing.
I mean, if that thing ends at 10 and the party just gets started.
Yeah.
Party don't start till I walk in.
There it is.
Wow. You're so.
You already got it down.
With it.
Don't stop. Make it pop.
Stop.
Okay.
It's sort of scary that you know the words to. Is it a Kesha song?
Yeah. It was at the beginning of a Simpsons episode. So
sure. So we're going to be at the secret group this Saturday, January 25th, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. If you're in the Houston area, or Texas, or the
just a small
Texas
thing.
In general.
Yeah, or
you're in Texas,
the United States, come see it. It's going to be fun.
On Polk Street.
So basically, the first part, there's going to be teams. Each podcast is going to be their own team. We're going to be the hosts, and timekeepers, and computer workers.
Yes.
Somebody will be clicking that space bar or something. Anyways, so the first part of the game is like Jeopardy. So they pick the questions off the board. If they get the question right, then they get a character. So they can answer a question, and their character could be Luke Skywalker. That character joins their team. Now, not the actual character, because we couldn't afford for Mark Hamill to be there. But that character.
Yeah.
At the end of the round, if they amass a team of characters, and then they go into a debate type format to see, and they pit their characters against each other to see who would win in the ultimate battle royale.
With cheese.
We're just going to have cheese and just throw it at people.
Yeah.
I think we should get like a stack of American cheese and then be like, just throw it at the contestants.
I think that'd be fine.
If they get it wrong, would we throw the cheese at them if they got it wrong or if they got it right?
I don't know. Everybody likes cheese.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
But so Katrin and Chris will be in Houston for that. They get here Saturday. Chris comes in hopefully in the morning and he gets to go to my son's soccer game, which would be fun.
Yeah. If I can get up at 5 in the morning, actually earlier, because I have to leave at 5 in the morning. We'll see how it works.
Katrin flies in the afternoon, right?
I'll be there at 1:40, and it's going to be a.
Don't tell them now. You'll have all the fans at the airport with signs holding.
I'll be there at 1:40 at the Houston Hobby Airport, and the weather will be a shock to my system. It looks like y'all have warm weather down there. It's freezing up here.
Call it warm.
No. Today it rained all day and it was cold.
It looks like it's gonna be like 60s and 70s this weekend.
That's cold for us.
I know, we're in the 20s and 30s and 40s.
We'll have a high of 62 on Saturday with a low of 46.
Man, I'm looking forward to it.
We're gonna have to wear the warm shorts.
He's gonna come in shorts and a tank top.
Looking forward to it. It's warm here normally. I mean, in the summer, just like it is. Well, not as hot as you guys get. But anyways, it's been cold this past week, which is great. I like the cold.
Yeah, it's nice.
It'll be a good change up since I'm traveling, especially because I don't want to take a coat. Who wants to take a coat on a plane, eh?
That's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. But I do have to take a coat. Soon I'll be going to the great state of New Hampshire. So New Hampshire, I'm coming for you.
Coming for you.
For a work trip. And
Hide your women and children.
in February. And from what I hear, that's the most likely time to have bad weather. So that's exciting.
Yay.
Like lots of snow. I told Charlie, I said, my son, I said, I need you to go with me on this because it could be your only chance to really see real snow, like a lot of snow.
No.
But it probably won't do anything.
Probably won't snow at all.
But it kind of makes me nervous because I don't drive in snow much. But they know how to do the roads up there. So, it'll be fine.
Yeah. So, but after Saturday comes Sunday.
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 Katrin and I are going to the WWE Royal Rumble. So it's a big weekend of like
rumbling,
roiling, and rumbling. But it's going to be at the Astros baseball stadium.
Minute
Maid Park. So that should be interesting. I'm interested to see how they set it up.
Yeah.
Especially with all the scandals going on at the Astros right now. That's
cheaters.
Sports talk.
Sports.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. This is gonna be my first big like pay-per-view wrestling event to go to.
Me too.
Maybe we'll make some signs.
We need to
make some signs. Yeah. I don't know I don't have a costume to dress up.
There's one thing I've always worried about though. Watching wrestling on TV nowadays, it seems like everybody's got a sign, and I'm like, how do you even see if everybody's holding their sign up at the same time? It's like, who gets to see the person in the front row? So, yeah. But it's only when the cameras are pointing at the crowd, I would assume that they're actually holding them up because I doubt the wrestlers really care.
No, you need to hold it up the whole time.
Okay. Well, let's do it.
The good thing is stadium seating, so at least you'll be a little higher than the people in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're
bring a giant sign.
We're somewhere near the ramp, I think, is where we're at. I don't know.
Great.
I don't know. It's going to be fun, though.
I'm excited.
We'll have to see if they sell wrestling masks and buy one and recreate our photo from college.
Yeah. Yes. I have that. I saw that photo recently. You were wearing the mask, right? Or was it Bill? No, it was Bill.
It was
Greg.
It was originally my mask, and then somebody gave me like a crazy amount of money for it. One of those guys. They're like, "Can I buy that from you?" And I'm like, "How much?" And I was a college student, so I didn't have any money. And they offered me like, I don't know what it was, way more than I paid for it. So I was like, "Sure."
I'll go buy 5 more and sell those now.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's going to be fun. So it's going to be a full weekend. I would love to sneak in an escape room, but I don't know if we'll be able to do that or not.
Sure we can.
We can just
Sunday
shove Katrin in a closet.
See if I can get out. Yeah. I mean...
I started to make a bad joke, but... about a closet. Never mind.
Got his way out of that one a long time ago.
Golly.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, wow.
Man.
Anyways, yeah. So
really
I don't know. I don't know what time. No, what time?
He can't find his way out of a closet. He's so stupid. We just keep him around so we can laugh at him.
That's not the joke I was gonna make.
I know.
I mean, now that you mentioned it, and then we're talking about it. I mean, just glad we can be like open with each other, honest.
2020.
Oh man.
Anyways, where were we? Oh, so I don't know how long you going to be here Sunday, Chris.
Me?
Yeah.
I'll wake up at some point.
Do that.
I don't know when's your thing at? When you gotta go?
I don't know. I have no idea.
It's like 5 or 6 o'clock at night. So
Well, that's when it starts, but that's not when you get there.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't planning on leaving directly in the morning.
Well, I mean, we'll try to squeeze in an escape room either Saturday before we go or Sunday.
Well, I mean, it's only an hour, right?
Yeah, they only last an hour.
Maybe 30 minutes is all I need, but
we'll get out of that escape room like 10 minutes tops. Because we'll just say, Chris, start screaming.
Or screaming.
You don't even have to ask.
And beating on the door.
The moment they shut the door.
Sir, you can just push the button and go.
Sir, why are you urinating in the corner? I had to go.
I killed Katrin. I killed the weatherman. The weatherman is dead.
Oh man.
Saturday Night Live. Sketch.
It's funny.
And you know I'm staying till Monday, right, Ryan? You're not planning on going anywhere
after the Royal Rumble?
Like I'm leaving Monday, so
yeah. Well, the Royal Rumble's going to last all night long, pretty much.
I know.
He's leaving you at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'm like, find your way back.
Well, I was just thinking, I was like, I don't know if I ever said that. It's like, is it okay if I stay through Monday?
I figured you would because those pay-per-views last till like
10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 or after. So
well, good. I'm glad I have a place to sleep.
Yeah, I got to figure that out. I got to get the beds all ready for you. I got plenty of room.
Yeah.
Oh well. I don't know if any of our listeners are going to be at the Royal Rumble, but if you are, let us know on our social medias. You can find us at Twitter at I Am Geek Show, or Instagram at I Am Geek Show, or Facebook. You can join our group, I Am Group, or you can email us at IamGeekShow@gmail.com.
Just make a sign and hold it up at the Royal Rumble.
That's what I'm planning on doing.
Yeah.
It'll probably be confiscated and thrown away, but
no.
There's that. I wanted to make a sign that with our name on it, and then there's a podcast that I listen to called 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff. And they said if you could get a sign of 83 Weeks on a WWE program, we'll send you a free t-shirt.
Nice.
Just put a bunch of glitter on it. They won't throw away glitter. Oh, that's pretty. You go on in.
Okay. That's the herpes of the craft department. Glitter.
No, I've never heard that.
You've never heard that? Glitter is herpes of the craft world because it never goes away. It's just always there. Once you think it's gone, it comes back. You've never heard that before? What?
You know a lot about herpes.
No.
Like, are you an expert?
I just know a lot about glitter.
Herpes.
Right.
You've literally never heard that before?
Never heard that before.
It was a joke on some TV show.
Sure.
Because they were cleaning up the glitter and then they turn around and it's just everywhere. And they're like, it's like the herpes of the craft world.
Wow.
I thought it was funny.
New Girl joke.
It probably was on New Girl. That would make the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
I missed that show. Anyways, what are we talking about here? What's going on? Chris went to a bridge.
Get over it.
That I did.
We're going to talk about Infinite Earths here in a minute. But
that's the story. No. So we talked about this before a while back on another podcast where we were talking about ghost tales and cryptids, the stories from the areas that we live now, basically. And there is a place called the Old Alton Bridge that is in Denton, Texas, which is not far from where I live. But it's also known as Goatman's Bridge. I think you have to say it like that.
Can you say it again?
Goatman's Bridge.
You said it a little higher now?
Goatman's Bridge.
That's better.
It's like Dobby almost.
Hello! No. Yeah, so Goatman's Bridge. So supposedly locally it's known at Goatman's Bridge.
God.
It's a legendary demonic satyr that which I thought, yeah, satyr's a goat, half man, half goat. Not sure which half is particularly this satyr would be, because when I think satyr, I think Greek mythology, and the lower half is the goat, and the upper is human. But for this, I would think the upper half would be the goat, right?
I don't know.
Scary.
I didn't see him. Did you see him?
No, I didn't. Well, I'm not sure.
Well, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I could have seen him.
Were you drunk?
I'm not sure. So no, me and my wife, we drove out to the bridge. So this bridge was active until 2001, and I am shocked that this bridge was active until 2001, because it's an old bridge, and they built like a newer kind of highway type bridge next to it. Highway bridge right next to it, next to the Goatman's Bridge.
I mean, you might as well just talk that way to tell the story.
Long ago. No, but I don't know. But it was active until 2001. People driving across this bridge, and one car could go across this bridge at a time. I'm pretty sure, because it had planks that were kind of like a normal bridge, like going from left to right. But then it had two separate planks going straight across to where I'm guessing like the tires of the cars would drive on. So, but the planks underneath that went left to right had like big like gaps in between them in places, and holes that you could just see straight down through the bridge. And I'm just like, I'm gonna look through one of these holes, and I'm gonna see the Goatman, just staring back at.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Fancy a spot of tea? Come on over. I guess
Wow.
the Goatman's voice.
Yeah, of course.
The guy who tells the tale says, "Goatman's Bridge." He talks like that.
You keep going. You keep going into Jiminy Glick or whatever his name is.
Jimmy. Oh my! I can't even do it now. You said it. Isn't that the truth? Goatman's Bridge.
God.
But they say that the bridge is popular with naturists and photographers. From what I saw, it was popular for teenagers to go there at night and do various things.
With ghosts?
Goat?
At Goatman's Bridge, they would do various things at night.
Maybe that's why the Goatman's mad.
Because there was a wrapper of sorts just on the ground. It was open.
Oh. Oh. I thought you meant there was a rapper there,
There was a rapper there. Kids these days, they like the rappers. He's just hanging out at the bridge.
Oh, yo, I'm at Goatman Bridge. Let me bust you a rhyme.
Yeah, no, yeah, a wrapper that contains something.
Oh, like a Snickers.
Yeah, like a Snickers wrapper was on the ground.
These kids love their Snickers.
At night. But you could definitely tell like people came there and did like little seances and stuff, because there was like a little candle, like one of those little candles that you buy really cheap, that was just sitting on there with a bunch of like red dust or something around it. It's like,
Nice.
okay, nice. And like 3 people while we were there came up, and they I was live feeding on our Facebook group, I am group. Go subscribe. While they were talking, and Jenny, my wife, who was with me, kept prodding me like, we need to go. And I started getting texts on my phone. Okay, wrap it up. And I got off. I was like, "What's the matter?" She's like, "I think they're going to do a ceremony. We need to leave." They like put like a blanket down. Apparently, they were talking about it, and like, "Oh, the sun should be going down at this time." And
Maybe they're just going to use some of those wrappers.
It could have been.
Wanted a Snickers to enjoy.
But supposedly people get pushed on the bridge and like touched on the bridge, and you don't see anything. That didn't happen to me. And rocks get thrown at people. Nothing got thrown at me, surprisingly, because that happens a lot.
Did Jenny not throw anything at you?
Typically she does, but she didn't that day. She was kind of paying attention to the other three people she was scared of. Must have happened. But the reason I say I don't know if I saw him or not, because there was a man. I think it was a man. He was. I'm like Jeff Goldblum. He's not the man by the river. And he was wearing very loose clothing. And I was like, I don't know. I don't see his face. That could be the Goatman. He's fishing.
Was he eating a tin can?
I don't know. I couldn't tell. You can see his very loose clothing. So, I mean, you couldn't see his face. But, I mean, which, like I said before, I don't know if it's the bottom half or the top half.
It's the top half.
So, I mean, you don't know. I mean,
I do know. You would not call him a Goatman if you just saw some legs that look like
that's the traditional
horses.
satyr is.
Well, then you call him a satyr.
Well, that's what they're calling it, but they do call it Goatman's Bridge.
God.
Right.
Not Satyr Bridge.
Satyr Man's Bridge.
Satyr Man's Bridge. Don't call it that.
Are you in Narnia? It's the bridge to Narnia.
What's the treat? What is it?
Turkish delight.
So that's
Turkish delight. No one offered me any Turkish delight, so
that's an answer to a question.
it's an answer to a question.
So if you're a podcaster going to the Battle Royale this weekend, you just got an answer.
You got an answer.
there you go. Free.
Make sure you.
It's under the Pirates category.
No, it's not the Pirates. I think it's in Hodgepodge. Free.
And if you're listening, if you say Goatman's Bridge, then you get a do-over on your answer.
I mean, we could. We'll give you a button.
Yeah.
But you say Goatman's Bridge, just like that.
A lot of secrets in this episode for this weekend. So if you're listening, you're going to be there.
Secrets.
If you go to the
listen to this episode like 10 times to get all the secrets. It's going to be at the secret group. So
Man,
so many secrets.
But that was my adventure at Goatman's Bridge.
So do you think maybe Goatman is the one that touched you in your sleep the other morning?
Maybe. I don't know. That's another story.
wow! Leave us guessing.
No, you can tell that story if you want.
Yeah, because we've been watching that
Goatman's Bridge.
the BuzzFeed Unsolved Supernatural, which is where we saw the Goatman's Bridge. They went there, investigated, and we actually saw their names. They actually wrote their names on the bridge.
Goatman don't like that.
Goatman doesn't like that.
Nope.
He's going to come after him.
It's his bridge.
But so we were watching that, and it was an episode where like there was a little girl that's haunting this house, and people keep waking up and see her in the middle of the night. And that next morning, I was sleeping, and Jenny got up, and she was getting ready. So I was letting her have the shower, and then I was going to get up later and then take the shower.
If you took it together, you'd save water.
That's true. I'll suggest. So I rolled over. I was like on my right side. So to my left is that's where the end of the bed is. So I'm on this bed. And I was sleeping, and then I felt like a hand like lay on my hip and kind of move a little bit, like someone's trying to wake me up. And I was like, huh? What? And I like rolled over, and no one was there.
Wow.
And then I rolled back over and went to sleep again. Because I was like, I'm tired. I was dreaming.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to sleep.
You do have like 14 cats. Maybe it's one of those.
It could have been.
They're sneaking up and.
Like, get up.
Or could it be your sciatica?
Oh, my sciatica.
My sciatica's on the other side. So
Okay.
maybe it jumped.
It's like
that
your
morning.
nerves. Yeah.
Just jumped that morning to the other side. Or it could have been a ghost of a little girl.
Probably. That's most likely it was a ghost of a little girl.
That's probably what it was.
Huh. Wow.
There's no evidence to disprove that.
Or a goat man.
It was the Goatman.
Now, if there was like a
Bridge.
tin can laying by your bed when you got up, then
That would be
That would be
suspicious.
That would be suspicious.
I'm gonna text Jenny and say, leave a tin can by Chris's bedside tomorrow.
So gonna happen.
She's probably in bed though. I won't bother her.
We get like a goat mask and just put it on as I'm picking up.
Hey, what y'all
Okay, I know what
do
I'm.
in private.
I know what I'm buying for this weekend. I know how I'm waking you up.
Those creepy square eyes they have.
Yeah,
Angular eyes.
they have weird eyes.
Like I'm the goat man.
Gosh.
I mean, look, there's a lot nicer bridges there.
Well, the Goatman
Now,
should take over one of
really
those
don't-
bridges.
I don't think the goat man would be at that bridge anymore. It's run down. It's rickety. There's a like right next to it. There's a much nicer bridge. I don't think.
Well, maybe that's where he's at now.
Could be.
How do you know what he likes, Chris? I mean, you may like nicer bridges, but he may like the rundown. Maybe he made it run down.
I mean, it could be nostalgic for him.
Yeah, I mean,
That's true. I mean, he's better than that. I think he deserves
classy guy.
a better bridge.
He's a classic guy.
Classy goat.
Anyways, so
Especially
this
if
classy
he's got
kid.
human legs,
classic
he
kid.
wears some nice slacks.
Now on to the episode.
There's a little bonus material there.
more.
Yeah, a bunch of bonus. That's like 30 minutes of bonus material. Sorry, guys. This is us. Take it or leave it.
This is
Take
what
us.
we do.
Please take us. Please.
Please, I have nowhere else to go.
All right. So this past week finished up Crisis on Infinite Earths, the crossover CW event with Supergirl, Batwoman, Flash, Arrow, and the Legends of Tomorrow with a little bit of Black Lightning.
Thrown in just cause.
This kind of it's sad that he didn't get his own episode, but
Yeah, no, they just kind of like. We'll include 'em.
yeah. Anyway, so if you are a long time listener, you know that one of the first things we started talking about on here was the Flash. We haven't talked about the Flash much lately.
Past year or more.
Yeah,
2, 3.
wonder why. But we thought we would, or Chris would, give his thoughts on. I don't even remember the name now. That's how much
Crisis on Infinite
Crisis.
Earth.
Crisis on Infinite Earth. I watched it.
CW.
Katrin watched it.
Yeah.
Chris watched it. It was a 5-part thing. I think what really messed it up for me is they did 3 episodes, and then took a big long Christmas break. New
Yeah.
Year's break, and then came back with the other 2. So by the time the other 2 came back on, I was like, "What? What is happening? What's going on?"
Who's a what's it?
And the 4th episode was boring. Boring. So I don't know. I think if they had done them all back to back to back to back like they usually do,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been better.
Get the momentum going.
But if you're not familiar, basically all these shows are supposedly in different
Earths.
Earths. They're in
Some
the
of 'em.
multiverse, and when
Mhm.
they do these crossover events, they all somehow come together.
And then make sure you know it's a crossover event because they say it over and over again in the
It's a
episode.
Yeah, they coined that in the Legends of Tomorrow show because the Legends of Tomorrow show is very kind of meta, and they kind of make fun of themselves. They're just like, we're never doing another crossover,
Ugh.
which it works on that show, but it doesn't necessarily work.
Well, it was
Yeah.
fine if they did it one time, but I can think of at least 3, maybe 4 times.
I think they
that
did it every episode.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
this is what the crossovers are always like, and it's like, what?
Yeah. So I mean, what did you guys think of it overall? Well, then we'll dive into it a little bit.
Overall, it was. I found it okay. There was stuff I liked, but for like a 5-parter that's basically like 5 hours or whatever, like it seemed like they could have really tightened it up more.
Yeah.
'Cause, and I don't know if it's because like budget, like scheduling, like, and it seems like each show they have to like, well, this is a Supergirl episode, so we have to throw in some Supergirl plot stuff that's been going on, so the Supergirl fans will be happy. And this is the Flash, so we got to focus more on the Flash characters, so the Flash fans will be happy. It seems like they're trying to please too much.
Yeah. And I hadn't watched any of Supergirl. I hadn't watched any of Legends. I've stopped watching Arrow, just haven't had time. And I haven't watched the last few episodes of Flash. And I never watched Batwoman, so I was completely lost for most of it.
Well, Batwoman, they didn't really delve into anything in her series because it had just started.
Yeah, it was funny though. Like the episode with her, it was like they come to get her to help save the multiverse, and she's like, "I was trying to get this bank robber. Why'd you take me away?" I'm like,
"It's crossover time, lady."
Priorities. Fate of your world versus a bank robber. I don't understand.
Well, it had to do with her sister that's a bad guy. And she was going to be able to find her.
Oh, I don't know any of this. So.
Yeah, I think, like you said, if I'd watched all of the different shows, I was up to date on Flash. I'd seen a little bit of Supergirl because my wife watches it, but it was hard to kind of keep track of some of what was going on if you didn't know who these people were or why this was happening or why it was important that this person's all of a sudden here or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
But it was enjoyable for that first half, the first 3 episodes. I thought it was fine. Kind of like what you said. It's just that the last 2 were, when they came back, it was just, you kind of forgot what was happening, and then it was just weird. It I don't know.
It was very weird.
Which is what it was supposed to be. I mean, it was supposed to be all incongruent, I guess, or whatever. And
but it was so weird that it didn't make sense to me. It was just sort of like, why? What's going on? Why are they doing that? I don't understand. Is it just to show? I mean, basically, the 4th episode was just showing them in a different realm, thinking that they were somewhere else, and then then Flash coming to get them.
They were in the Speed Force, right?
Yeah. Well, they were at what did they call it? Because they did a lot of this stuff is actually pulled from the comic Crisis on Infinite Earths, just done a little differently here and there. But most of this stuff really did happen in it. It was the Vanishing Point, and it's a place that exists outside of time and space, and it's where, like, in the Legends episode, in the Legends show, that's where like the Time Masters lived and kind of watched over time, and that kind of thing. So they were forced there, like they made them paragons of different things like hope and courage and I don't know, vanilla pudding. I don't know, all kinds of stuff.
That's why I was confused.
Yeah.
Well, it was chocolate pudding the whole time.
Yeah, it was vanilla pudding. And they were supposed to, those, I don't know, 6 or 7 of them, I forget how many, are supposed to save the universe. So, like, one of the other people threw them in there before everything disappeared so they wouldn't. And then they were kind of trapped in there. And Flash was trying to get to the Speed Force, but he couldn't. And then Green Arrow showed up, having become the Spectre, which I kind of predicted. I was like, I bet they're going to make him the Spectre, and I was like, that's really cool. And then he, as the Spectre, is just like, oh, he just looks like a green Jedi.
Yeah, it was sort of lame.
Like because the Spectre, I mean, he's supposed to be like super white, like a ghost in the comics and stuff. I mean, it looks really kind of cool, drawn out and everything. But they kind of lightly dabbed like white makeup on him, like powder. He just looked a little paler than usual to me. I was like, you could have done something a little more. Like, I don't know if didn't have a budget. I don't know, for more makeup.
They didn't have the budget for a tube of white makeup.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would have sent him a tube. I would have been like, "Here's your $2 tube of makeup."
But yeah, I wished he looked a little bit more Spectre-y, but he didn't. Which in the comics, the Spectre's a big part of it, and he fights the Anti-Monitor, and so they kind of made him that. They took a Green Lantern storyline a little bit, where Green Lantern became the Spectre, and kind of merged that, so he became the Spectre, which was cool. I mean, it was cool to see the Spectre. But yeah, when they did the big epic battle between the Spectre and the Anti-Monitor, it wasn't very epic.
No.
That was the part that really bothered me. Is just like because all the other people fighting off all these like ghost creatures, and which didn't seem very hard to beat. It's like one punch and they dissipated. Like even like Ryan Choi, the human guy that has never fought anything. He's like a scientist.
He swings his baby at it.
Yeah, he's just like a nerd fighting, and it's just like, oh, I defeated them.
Yeah, I thought that scene was, or that it wasn't just a scene, but that part was really awkward looking for some of the characters, especially like Lex Luthor throwing things or shooting these lightning bolts or whatever he was doing, and it just didn't look very good.
Yeah, I don't know. I get budgetary issues, and it's TV.
Sure.
I mean, I get all that, but you think they could have shot it in a way that would have been better? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the fight between the Anti-Monitor and Arrow Spectre. It was just them just with their hands outstretched at each other, shooting off beams. I was like, could have done a fight because the Spectre, I mean, should be able to grow really big. Eventually, they made the Anti-Monitor grow super big.
Yeah.
But he couldn't do his shield when he was really big. He could only do his shield when he was small.
He couldn't do anything when he was really big. He was just like, oh, I'm getting hit.
It's like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
That's exactly it.
But I mean, that should have been his size the whole time. Like that's his. Like he's even bigger than that in the comics. That's the whole thing. He's just this giant thing. Anything they throw at him is just like throwing stuff at a wall. It doesn't do anything. So if it was a giant Anti-Monitor versus a giant Spectre, like with all kinds of stuff swirling around them, like kind of pushing back, fighting back and forth with like the Paragons around them, their feet kind of fighting around. That could have been cooler.
They weren't even around them, right? When they were fighting, they were up on a hill somewhere.
They were all up on a hill. They were like on a hilltop, and I thought the Paragons like they're like we have to stand here and believe in him, and that was like their.
It was lame
in the battle.
It was lame. Just admit it. Yeah, it was lame.
That part was lame. That was the main fight. That whole thing was the lamest part for me because it just didn't. Because I was like, at least like put some effects around him, like they're giving off energy to him or something. But they're just kind of standing there holding hands together, and that was just odd. I don't know. And then they did merge Supergirl's world and Flash's world, which Flash's world had Arrow, Flash, Batwoman, and Supergirl's world had Supergirl. And then for some reason Black Lightning's world got merged with theirs too.
Because he was, he was around.
He was around for like one episode, very briefly, and then disappeared. Like, if they had replaced the Ryan Choi character with Black Lightning, it would have made sense. I think it would have made it better overall.
That character, that Ryan Choi or whatever, was pointless. They
added him because he's going to be on Legends. Like, he's going to be replacing the Atom. Because in the comics, he becomes the Atom.
Oh,
so
where's the Atom going?
Brandon, he's leaving the show.
What?
No. Yeah.
Well, he would be the only reason I'd watch.
Brandon Routh's character. Yeah, he really is like one of the better things about the show. So I'm going to be sad when he leaves, and I don't know how they're going to work it.
You going to cry?
I'm going to cry.
Did he say why he's leaving?
Well, I think they just kind of wrote him out.
Oh.
It kind of seems like he didn't necessarily want to leave, because both him and his wife are actually on the show. Together. And I don't know, to me, like in things that he said, it almost seems like they kind of just wanted to end his storyline on it and mix it up. and bring in someone new. And I'm
Who's
just
his
like,
wife?
his wife. I don't know if you remember, like the actual actress.
Or like who she plays on the show? Or
She's the daughter of Damien Dark. If you remember him on Arrow, he was
a long time ago.
That's what brought magic into the Arrowverse.
Yeah.
She's like a grown up version of his daughter.
Mm.
They fall in love. She's a fairy godmother now. She got turned into a fairy godmother.
Come
Yeah,
on.
Legends is ridiculous. It's so funny. It's ridiculous. Like they have like fairy tale creatures and magic and
a giant
time travel,
stuffed animal, supposedly.
Giant Bebo. Bebo's hilarious on it. Yeah, because literally, like the climax of one of the seasons is them forming like Voltron style into a giant Bebo to fight a demon.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird and ridiculous. It's like the best show. I don't know why.
It's like the best show ever.
It's the best show. It's so funny. That's out of all the Arrowverse shows. That's my favorite show.
Huh. All right.
Well, there you go.
Because it's just funny. I mean, the recent episode had it was like shot documentary style. They had a camera crew following them around, and they were dealing with the resurrected Rasputin.
As one does.
Which spoiler, they defeated by they threw a miniaturized Ray into his mouth, and he woke up in his mouth, and they're like, "Ray, grow big again." He's like, "What? Okay," and he grew big and just exploded him.
What?
That's how they beat him.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. Knowing's half the battle.
But yeah, so yeah, they're all one world now, and things are different. I actually watched the latest Arrow episode, so there's only 2 Arrow episodes left after the Crisis.
Oh.
And I watched the latest one, and it's basically a setup for a new show, Green Arrow and the Canaries. It takes place in the year 2040, with Green Arrow's daughter being the new Green Arrow, and the 2 Black Canaries as her. With her
doing a new show?
Yeah. So they're doing a new show with them, and like I haven't enjoyed the future stuff they've been doing in Green Arrow whatsoever, but this rebooted all that, and it was actually kind of a fun episode because I haven't been enjoying that storyline at all. It didn't make any sense. It was just weird, and it just kind of felt ham-fisted in. Because they're like, we're going to do another show. We got to get you to like these characters. And I didn't like any of them. And it was just weird.
Casey Jones there?
No. He's the mayor.
Wait.
That character, he's the mayor in the future.
Mad Dog guy?
Yeah.
Wild Dog?
Yeah. Wild Dog, yeah.
He's the mayor?
He becomes the mayor of the city. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
But I was wondering how they're going to do it. I was like, man, they're going to put both Black Canaries in like just old age makeup, like every episode, because their old age makeup looks horrible when they do it.
Oh.
But they fixed that by one Black Canary just kind of wakes up in the future and you don't know why, and like she never existed in the past. And then the other one time travels to the future because like some event's going to happen. So it like got past to like, oh, we don't have to do old age makeup now. So it kind of fixed that show, the Crisis. So that's a good thing.
How's the Flash going to be after this?
I don't know.
Did they ever finish up the storyline with the guy from Heroes, or is that still going on?
Oh yeah, they finished it like right before the Crisis.
Oh, I missed it.
They captured him, I believe. I don't think he died.
Usually what they do, they capture him and put him in a cell so they can bring him back if they want to.
Yeah. So we'll see. I hope it'll be better after this, because before the Crisis it was just, fine, I'm gonna die in the Crisis.
Yeah. The Crisis is coming. Oh, no.
I gotta get everybody prepared for when I'm not here, even though you guys all kind of solved the problems without me anyway.
Yeah.
Cisco have his powers back?
I don't know if he does or not. Like, they gave his powers back in the Crisis, but then everything kind of reset I don't know. I kind of hope he
Yeah.
does, because it's kind of stupid that he doesn't.
Yeah.
Um, but there's like some kind of gang or something they're having to deal with in the next
Ooh,
episode.
gang.
And Iris is kind of acting differently.
Of course
now.
she is. She's a man now.
Yeah. The man, baby.
Man, baby. Wonder if it's a gang
It's
of
really different after the
gang of
crisis.
Goatmen.
And Lex Luthor is a good guy.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Well,
interesting.
is he a good guy though? Because
Well,
he gave the winky wink.
Yeah.
He's not a good guy. So every Paragon, he became a Paragon. They all remember
Yeah.
before the crisis, and then
Yes.
Martian Manhunter helped the other heroes remember. But yeah, now in this universe, he's like, he's a hero to the people, and he runs the DEO, whatever it is, the organization that Supergirl works with.
Yeah.
But secretly, he's still the evil Lex Luthor,
Right.
which I kind of like. I mean, because I like him as Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He does a really good job at it, and he's
does.
he's the only reason I've watched some of the Supergirl episodes, because that show gets very CW.
Well, it used to be on. Was it NBC that it started off on?
CBS.
CBS, yeah.
It's
It was
very
a little different.
It's
but-
very CW.
It's you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know what you're talking about. It's just funny.
No,
Yeah.
you know Vampire Diaries.
Oh
You
yeah.
know.
No, I never watched that one.
Yeah.
Um, so what did you guys like about it? Anything?
So I liked a lot of the stuff where they did a lot of little cameos and little Easter eggs, like a lot of little stuff like that. It was great seeing Kevin Conroy come on as a live action Batman.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Seeing a little bit of Smallville was really cool.
Oh, that was my favorite part. Seeing Smallville, and then I wish that Lex Luthor had been there, but he wasn't. But
Yeah. But and then
and Lois,
Brandon Routh is Routh or Ruth. I don't know how you say his
Ralph,
name.
I think.
Him back in the Superman costume.
Yeah.
He's pretty much the same character, just older. That was awesome. Like, I want to see another movie with him, a good one. That was really cool, and of course the DC EU, the movie version of Flash.
Yeah.
Meeting the TV version of Flash was just fun.
It was fun, but it was weird.
It was weird, but it was just really fun.
I like your suit. Your suit.
So breathable.
So protective.
You look so safe.
Yeah.
But they don't exist in the same multiverse. They just happen to be in the Speed Force together, right?
Who knows? Like, it was just a opportunity just to, like, for fan service.
An opportunity to say, please come back and watch the DC movies. Please.
Because they are going to make a Flash movie, and it's going to be based on Flashpoint.
Yeah,
hopefully
but
better
different.
than the TV version of it.
Yeah.
It lasted one episode. Let's take this huge comic book event and put it in one episode and then never speak of it again. All it did was change that Diggle didn't have a daughter; he had a son.
But now he has a daughter and a son.
Now he's got both a daughter and a son.
He's like, great. I got two kids.
Another mouth to feed.
But he wasn't a Paragon, so he didn't know that he had weird child swaps.
Manhunter went back and he gave everyone the memories.
Why would you give him that memory? You had a daughter, but then she turned into a son. But don't worry, now you're back and you have a daughter and a son.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And they're sharing one brain.
Sharing one brain. So stuff like that. And then at the end of it, they formed their own kind of Justice League, which was fun for me. They had to...
Yeah, that was cool.
I thought that was really cool. And the building looks like the Super Friends building.
Yes. And my favorite part happened in that building.
Yes, it did. You want to talk about it?
You hear the sound of a monkey, and then they show a cage with a banana peel. It's the Wonder Twins' little friend, Gleek.
Yep.
Well, they don't show him, but they show the name Gleek, right?
Yeah, they just show the name Gleek. You don't see the monkey, and really, they have no plans to bring them onto any show.
Oh.
They're just like whatever show wants them can grab them. That's basically what
I want them. They could be on my show.
I think they would fit best on Legends because it's such a funny show that they could really play up form of an icicle. Really? Hurry up! I'm melting. Use me. They could really do some fun stuff with them on that show. I think more than any other show.
That part at the end when they were talking about the Justice League, I guess. I was trying to figure out. I couldn't think of it. It was like, is it Super Friends or what is this? But the Black Lightning says, so does this happen a lot or something? Why do we need a building for a place to meet? I thought that was pretty funny. They're all looking at each other. It's like,
it's funny that they brought him into that.
Yeah.
You know that guy that's here for like 2 minutes? Let's give him a seat.
You can be part of it too.
He seemed like a good enough guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did have cameos. We did have a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Yes.
Marv Wolfman.
Marv Wolfman, who was the original writer of the Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is cool. And he's the one that came up and asked for an autograph.
Yeah, Marv. Make it out to Marv.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, there was even a little throw out to Quantum Leap. I don't know if you caught that.
All right, it's storming here, so you may hear thunder.
Okay.
Ooh.
When Barry's like running around what is it? The Flash space
star.
In I can't think of the name of it now for some reason.
Yeah.
The Speed Force.
The Speed Force. Yeah. Okay. I got you.
And he's having to find the Paragons, and he finds Sarah kind of laid out in her deathbed or whatever. Mm. And they're like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Oh boy."
Oh.
It was a throw out line for Quantum Leap.
I might have been sleeping there in that part because on par, I fell asleep at different points of watching it. So. But
it's okay. It's understandable.
Yeah. But yeah.
I mean, overall, it was okay for me. Yeah. It definitely wasn't the best crossover. I think last year's may have been the better one.
Oh, I agree, yeah. Was that the one where there were Nazis or something?
No, that was Crisis on Earth X. Last one was Elseworlds, where they kind of Barry and Arrow were kind of buddy copping, jumping around.
That's right. Yes, that was good.
Yeah. I think that worked better. I was talking with Ray, who's on the show sometimes, that I think that one works better because they weren't trying to pull everyone into it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as kind of jumbled. We're like, we got to work with everybody and their times and all that.
Right.
They were able to focus it a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think there were a lot of characters, and usually you could really tell, and I guess you could on this one, but I feel like you could usually tell a difference of the episode. Like, this is definitely the Supergirl episode.
Yeah.
This is definitely, and this one I felt like it didn't feel that way. It was more of, here's another episode of Crisis on Infinite Earth, which I think is good in some ways because that's the point. But it seemed like a jumbled mess because there were so many characters, and but it started off great, I think, and there were some really cool things that happened in the first 3 episodes, but then those last 2 were just not great. They were confusing. So
yeah, I think going forward, I think they need to look at Crisis on Earth X and Elseworlds as kind of the model of how to do things. Keep it smaller.
Yeah.
Which they said they were going to do. Like, they're not going to try and top next year, like this year's crossover. Like, they're not going to try and top it. They're going to go smaller.
Oh.
Which is good.
Yeah, probably so.
Involve like maybe 2 or 3 shows.
Yeah.
Like maybe eat the Batwoman and Supergirl can cross over, and Flash and Black Lightning can cross over.
What was the first one? Was it just Flash and Arrow that they crossed over?
Yeah, the first one was Flash and Arrow, and that one was definitely like, this is Arrow's episode.
Yeah.
They're dealing with this villain. And then Flash, this is Flash's episode. They're dealing with this villain. It was two separate things. It didn't really, the plot didn't really cross over.
Yeah.
I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, hey.
A little thunderstorm scare.
Did the Goatman get you?
No, my son woke up. Thunder woke him up, scared him.
Tell him about the Goatman.
My wife was out.
Let me tell you a little story. Yeah. Help you go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Long ago.
Why are you talking like that, Dad?
Ooh, I like that glass. Where's that glass? What's that glass you have there?
I am drinking out of a Force Awakens.
Oh, it's not an original. I thought it was like a McDonald's glass. You know, they used to have those glasses.
I got this at Alamo Draft House. It's a Mondo glass. Some listeners might be thinking, you're actually drinking out of that? You're using that glass? I'm like, yeah, I'm using it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Don't put it in the dishwasher.
It probably goes in the dishwasher.
No, I don't think you can put those in the dishwasher. All the paint will come off.
It hasn't so far.
Are they?
You make your wife hand wash that. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
It's a joke, because if you know Jenny, she would be like, Chris, get in the kitchen and watch this movie.
She'd probably make you come over and watch it.
Call her Yennefer and have her and tell her to watch it.
Yennefer. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Yumpy Yennefer.
That'd be a Witcher reference.
Yes,
not family friendly at all. Especially Yennefer.
Yeah. I got that glass when Force Awakens came out.
That's cool.
To Alamo Draft House. That's cool.
I know the next time I come to your house, what I'm taking home with me.
What happened to that glass? Jenny probably threw it out.
Yeah. Oh, so my son has this, or had this. He doesn't have it anymore.
Oh.
Are we through talking about Infinite? Whatever.
I guess so. That kind of sums it up. It was okay. It had some moments, but overall, it kind of fell apart in places.
Yeah. Anyways, so we'll get back to funny stuff. So my son had this little pirate Mickey Mouse. It came with this like backpack that unfolds into a pirate ship. And the problem with this, it was from Shanghai Disney, because our trip to Shanghai that we had. Remember that episode of the podcast we talked about?
Yeah.
The whole the 3-parter about Shanghai Disney where I went to. No.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Go back and try to find it.
No, yeah, go back and try to find that one. No, I didn't go to Shanghai. Yeah, I didn't go to Shanghai Disney, but like one of our relatives works in one of the Disney stores that gets a bunch of that stuff in. So they got a bunch of stuff in Shanghai. Anyways, this is backpack. It's really cool. It unfolds into a pirate ship, and it came with a little Mickey Mouse. The problem with the Mickey Mouse is like he comes apart. Like you could take his arms off, you could take his legs off, his head off, everything. But it'll snap back together, so it's not like it's broken. Well, he had taken it apart, and I saw the legs sitting in the bathroom, and I was like, "Oh, Grant, go put the legs back on Mickey." He's like, "I can't find Mickey." And about that time, my wife walked around the corner, and she said, "Oh, well, I threw him away because he was broken."
Oh no!
And he was like, "What? He's not broken. He comes apart." And I was like, "Is it in the trash? Go look in the trash." He's like, I think we already took the trash out and it's gone." But she looked and she's like, "It's gone." And I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me." She's like, "I didn't know. It looked like a broken toy, so I just threw it away." Poor Mickey got thrown away.
Aww. Oh boy.
Well, before the internet goes out here, because it is storming. There's lightning, there's thunder, there's rain.
Black Lightning?
Yeah, Black Lightning is back. I don't know the song. I watched the first season of it. I haven't seen the rest of it. The first season was good. Except for the daughter. She was annoying. So before let's wrap up, I guess. And before the storm knocks us out.
Mhm.
Unless you guys got something else. I mean, we've talked about Goatman. We've talked about Royal Rumbles and Battle Royales and Infinite Crises on Infinite Earths. I mean, what more is there to talk about?
Oh man.
Oh,
Don't get me started.
yeah, I know. So many things.
If anybody has a Mandalorian mask laying around that they don't want, helmets, just send it to me. Or if you know someone that makes Mandalorian helmets for decent prices, let me know because I'm in need of one for something that we're going to do before I'm Geek in the future. In May, maybe. We need a Mandalorian helmet. Come on, geekers. Whatever we call you.
Geekers.
That are followers.
I don't know.
Geekers.
Geekers.
We have the geekies. So we have
I
the
am geekers. Yeah.
There you go.
What do you guys want to be called? Let us know. Send us a comment. And then, yeah, so I'm on the lookout for one. Everybody knows. What was that? Oh, that was your buzzer.
That was the buzzer.
Anyways, this has been a random episode, but a fun one. But next week we're gonna talk about the Battle Royale with cheese.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Mhm.
Hopefully, talk about escaping or not escaping a room. Probably leaving Chris in an escape room.
Probably.
Oh no.
That's
Yeah.
we're all going to be in the same town. We've got to do an escape room. It only takes an hour. We got to find one. Even if I just tell my wife, could you put some locks on these doors and then we'll try to escape from this room in
Kill
my
the
house.
weatherman.
So we'll give a big Houston trip report next week. Hopefully none of us get arrested at the Royal Rumble. I know Caitlin's going to want to jump in the ring.
Yes.
Oh,
If my back is doing better.
oh, is it still hurting? I'm sorry.
It's still hurting.
Oh, we got to get that in shape. You got a lot of heavy lifting to do this weekend.
I know we gotta move all the stuff.
All the stuff, all the things.
All the things.
Before we leave,
Yes.
give me your prediction of who's going to win the Royal Rumble. This is going to be funny because you don't know hardly any of the rest of the
Oh
show.
gosh. Can
you look? I guess.
Do we know who the Royal Rumble contestants are yet?
I know that number one is going to he proclaimed that he's going to go in at number one. If you don't know what the Royal Rumble is, it's a big match where 30 participants go into the ring one by one and they fight each other until there's one left. So he's declared that he's going in number one as Brock Lesnar, which is the WWE World Champion. He said there's nobody can beat me, so I'm going to go in at number one and beat all 29 other contestants.
No, he'll go out quick.
I don't think he'll go out quick, but hopefully he goes out because I can't stand him.
Yeah.
I want to see the referee win one.
Yeah, he's not gonna.
Hey, you know nothing. Stop.
Maybe the ring itself. The ring itself should be the winner. It does a lot of the work.
Do we know it? Yeah.
Do you want a list? I can give you a list. Hold on.
Maybe the Goatman
will
will win.
The Goatman.
Goatman
predictions.
will win.
There are other matches that happen, right? Or are there any good matches that are happening?
They're gonna have hold on.
Great.
I'll tell you. There's gonna be Becky Lynch, the man, but she's the woman. That's her nickname, the man. Becky Lynch is the women's
Well, that's confusing.
Raw World Champion, and she's gonna be taking on why did I forget her name? Hold on.
Becky.
Becky with the good hair?
Who's the one that hugs?
Oh, she doesn't hug anymore.
Oh,
Bailey? She turned bad. She's a heel now.
She gets bad hugs now.
I almost bought something from Ollie's closeouts the other night. It was like it looked like the Wrestling Buddies. You remember
Yeah.
and it was it says I give hugs or something that had her. And then there was also I would say a wrestling figure, but it was probably like a Barbie doll character, I guess, of her with that on it. But I almost bought it as a giveaway. But
I want Otis to win.
Oh, Chris, you're looking it up. He's from Heavy Machinery. It's a tag team. He won't win, but he's
just got the one name, so
he does the worm in the middle of the ring, that dance move. It's
Oh,
hilarious.
he needs to win.
He won't.
That's
But
the winner.
Buddy Murphy, Kevin. So did you see the rumored entrance? CM Punk, John Cena,
wait! Don't
Hulk
tell me
Hogan?
don't. Shh! I want to be surprised.
They're rumored.
Oh well. Anyways,
Boogeyman.
The Fiend is taking on Daniel Bryan. The Fiend is the SmackDown World Champion. He's taking on Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan's like a car salesman name.
Daniel Bryan's pretty cool.
Come on down to Daniel Bryan's. We got Pontiacs. We got Ford.
Yeah.
So Brock Lesnar's going to number 1. Then we have Roman Reigns, King Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Elias, Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Otis, Tucker, Rusev, Bobby Lashley, Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy, Braun Strowman, Shinsei, Nakamura, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe.
So I do recognize a lot of these names from the 2K19 game that we play. But I still don't know. I mean, it's because it won't. It's not obvious. I mean,
I hope they don't do the whole Brock Lesnar beats 29 other men.
I mean, because you have some big wrestlers in there. Like, are they in there? Braun Strowman, like he's huge, right? But he has to lose.
The problem is that this is going to be the Royal Rumble. Whoever wins gets a shot at whichever the titles that they want. So you have to think, who do they want to be? And that always happens at WrestleMania. So who do they want to be in the main event scene at WrestleMania?
Buddy Murphy.
No.
Eddie Murphy?
There's also a women's Royal Rumble match, and the only confirmed entrants to that are Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, and Sarah Logan.
I want Sheamus to win because he was Rocksteady.
Yes.
Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh, Becky Lynch is taking on Asuka. And Bailey's taking on Lacey Evans.
It's not Becky with the good hair.
No. And Roman Reigns is taking on King Corbin in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Count Anywhere. I saw they could have a fall on the ramp that will be near, right?
They could fall in our seats.
I hope not, because that would hurt.
Sweaty.
Shorty G.
Shorty G.
Shorty G.
That's the most ridiculous one.
Man, I don't know.
That poor guy, that guy was like an Olympic athlete, I think, or something. And he's short. And so they're like, we'll just call you Shorty G. And everybody's like, really? Come on, Vince McMahon. That's what you gave him.
Cain Velasquez.
I mean, when he used the best name Otis already, so.
Yeah. All right, so you guys have no picks in. Chris picks Otis.
I pick Otis because he's like from the Superman movies.
I'll pick Bobby Lashley.
All right. I think you're both wrong. Bobby Lashley deserves a top spot. He's had to put up with a lot of junk. He deserves to have a match with Brock Lesnar, but I think it's too late for that because they made him go all these silly storylines that are just ridiculous.
Stephen Amell won.
Yeah, that's probably who. I don't know who they're going to want to. It's going to be probably whoever beats Brock Lesnar. Whoever gets him out, that'll probably be who wins.
Well, they'll probably team up on him.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, he's going to win. He's got a funny voice. He does a lot of.
Seth Rollins is no, that's not
in the movies. Like this is the end. Super bad. He's really funny.
No,
I think he should win.
Seth Rollins won last year. So
not Seth Rogen.
No, Seth Rollins did win last year. So who knows?
Well, then
I don't think he'll win this year though.
It's going to be him then.
Maybe Sting will come back.
in Hulk Hogan.
I would literally pee my pants if Sting came back.
It's the greatest night ever.
Yep.
Wear your yellow pants.
This guy has the right idea. He's got the brown pants on.
What
are you wearing to Royal Rumble there, Cater?
I don't know. I mean, probably at this point, I'm thinking probably my other I Am Geek shirt because I don't have any wrestling shirts, and nor would I probably wear one to the wrestling event. I thought about buying a belt, like a wrestling belt. I was at Target the other day, and they have two different belts.
You should get the women's championship.
Yeah, They had that one too. There were 3, yeah. The women's belt too.
Now, if you wear a wrestling belt to a wrestling event, then everyone has the right to challenge you to a match for the belt.
Then
you definitely need to wear a belt.
Let's do it.
I think that should be a rule. If you come in with one of them fancy replica belts, all bets are off. You can be challenged at any moment.
Well, it takes place in Texas. There's going to be a lot of big belts there. So.
It's true. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
we're gonna have fun.
It will be fun. Yeah, I enjoy it either way. I don't without knowing storylines. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Be like you're watching Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Oh, a giant Bebo has entered the ring.
What?
Oh man, I don't know. Who knows? Hopefully, there's some cool legends that return.
Yeah,
Legends of Tomorrow.
A lot of the ones that I could think of, I'm like, oh yeah, it'd be cool if Jimmy Super. Oh, he's dead.
They're dead.
Oh, it'd be cool if Big Boss Man. Oh,
all the ones we grew up on. There's not many of them.
I know. That's Ultimate War. It's depressing.
I'm hoping they'll have some of the stars from NXT pop up. But
sure. I mean, it happened in the video game.
Yeah.
You came in and wrecked the party basically, and
yeah, we'll see. We shall see. But that will be Sunday, and then next week you guys get to hear all about all our shenanigans.
Hey, we may even go live on Facebook while we're there, right?
Yeah, we could do that. So join our Facebook group, I Am Group. Do it.
We'll be there Saturday. You may see us.
So Sunday, you may see us.
You may
Monday
on the way to the airport.
You may turn around right now and see us.
Oh,
Goatman.
You're very close to, and I know you want to do it. You almost sounds like the Joker.
Everything ends up being the Joker.
Mark Hamill Joker.
When's Mark Hamill coming on the show?
He's been on.
We gotta get Justin Card on here somehow. Everybody go tell Justin Card he needs to get on Skype. Do this with us. If you don't know who that is, then you don't have to tell him.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
Seek
about
him out.
Anyways, we've rambled on long enough.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, thank you guys yet again for talking with me.
You're welcome.
An hour or so. And thank you to all our listeners and all our new listeners and all our old listeners.
All our soon-to-be listeners.
Yeah. Thank you to the listener in 2034 who's listening to this.
3065.
3065.
Sorry you missed the Battle Royale with cheese, but
Yeah. Maybe we'll do another one.
yeah.
From beyond. Anyways. All right. Thank you. This has been episode 133 of I Am Geek. And we'll talk with you next week.